Peace be with you. Today we're going to be talking about fasting. Why do we do it? What's the purpose of it?
Let's reflect.
Sunum bonum, peace be with you.
So yeah, we're talking about fasting today, and what its purpose is in the religion and as a whole. Because if you look at other religions too, fasting is present.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
There's fasting in other religions too, but let's understand why we do it and what it is in Catholicism. Because there are stories in the Bible that will. There's multiple different instances where it's mentioned in the Bible where that fasting is a core tenet, it's a virtue, almost. You could always look at it like that. And we can specifically hone in on the life of Jesus and him fasting, in the desert. Like that's something that we can talk about and something that we study and observe closely during Easter, right? So leading up to Easter, we have the Lent, right? So Lent is part of that idea. And
I was also going to say the thing in the Bible where he talks about they're trying to do a possession with the disciples, and
right.
He says you have to fast. It makes
right.
you more powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because fasting, it introduces the idea of discipline, right, and going against your urges. And it's not just in the context of food and water, right? Because fasting is a large umbrella term.
You can fast your phone, not on social media.
And that's the thing about Lent too, because with Lent you can choose something to fast from. So it could be your phone, it could be coffee, yeah, it could be something that you normally do every day that you're sacrificing for those 40 days, and representing Jesus in the desert. So
it could really fast whenever you want.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be during Lent, but it could be the idea is that it could be anything. So that's why I think it's interesting, because when you give up that particular thing that you're doing, then not only does it force you to sort of again turn to something else, which the idea behind it, in my opinion, is you're fasting, but then you're turning to Christ, right? You're turning,
and it's reminding you of Him every
right.
time you're fasting.
Yeah, because now you don't
giving up what you want.
because now you don't have this thing that you were initially had as a habit almost, right? So you could use it almost as a breaking habit. So, but the idea again, like the whole purpose is that you're abstaining from this thing, but then the idea is that you're turning to Christ for strength. You're turning to Him to assist you along that path, along that journey. So you can talk more about it in the context
and I mean simply I fasted social media.
Right.
And it was really hard. Even the physical action, I kept going onto the phone because it's almost like cigarette. When they say you're addicted to cigarettes, sometimes you have to keep doing the physical action.
Right.
And what I found was how much time is wasted on it. That you got the doom scrolling and stuff.
Right.
I'm trying to think. Even I'm fasting soda right now. And I'm at the movie theaters, and it sucks because all I want is my popcorn and I want my soda. That's the ultimate movie theater experience for me. But again, you start realizing too, not only the discipline aspect, but it makes you a healthier person. You start reflecting on things.
There's other what's the word? Secondary outcomes of it. Secondary good outcomes from it. Like what I did was I fasted from alcohol, right, for Lent. And that was something where I observed improvements in my life just from doing that. Not even in the spiritual aspect, right? But you're fasting from, and alcohol, it is technically by definition a toxin, if we're talking about from a chemical point of view. But also again, it wastes time, it wastes money because you're spending money on alcohol if we're looking at it from a practical point of view too. And it dulls your mind, right? So when your mind is dulled, then you don't have the wits and the wherewithal to sort of seek Christ in times of need, right? So, and again, not even outside the context of alcohol, like social media, it's not a chemical addiction, or coming home after work and just sitting around and not even and doing nothing, or sloth. Sloth is a big sin, right? Like one of the 7 deadly sins, like sloth. It means
Really?
laziness,
Oh, okay.
right? So like even laziness, like abstaining or fasting from laziness is another.
Yeah, I know a lot of people.
Yeah, dude, a lot of people.
Let's not name.
Yeah, let's not name names. Yeah, that's not nice. So, so even that. So even if it's not a substance, but like an activity or lack thereof of an activity, that's also part of it too. That's also part of the idea of fasting.